more white man lies.
Tonight's topic is light from outer gross darkness. Light from outer and gross darkness. Okay, the first class had a similar title. It was called Light from Darkness, Stay Yourselves and Wonder. That was what we talked about earlier. Isaiah 29. I'm going to go through these things and then we might have some other things that we want to bring out, but I'm going to go through these things here to tie together what we were talking about earlier. Light from outer and gross darkness. Isaiah 29 and 9.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry.
So staying yourselves and wondering. Stay yourselves meaning that you're first of all, you're disciplined in the law. You're disciplined in knowing the laws. Y'all all right? So as you're disciplined in knowing the laws, you're going to stay steadfast in that. Stay yourselves meaning you stay. Yourselves meaning you. Stay yourselves, then it says, and wonder. Look out here and see the condition of your people. Then once you realize that the ailments of our people is so severe, then the next thing you do is, what it says?
Cry ye out.
Cry ye out.
And cry.
Meaning now you bringing the solutions to them. Giving them the laws that correct them, that clean them up. Y'all understand? You're addressing their problems. You're addressing the people's ailments and sicknesses, mental sicknesses. Y'all understand me? Read.
They are drunken, but not with wine.
They are drunken, but they're not drunk with wine because it is a lot of these, they're drunk on as spiritual things. They're drunk with, that's why I'm saying, and not with wine, because it's not a physical drunkenness, it's a spiritual drunkenness. That's what's wrong with them. Okay?
They stagger, but not with strong drink.
They stagger from philosophy to philosophy. From this is what's happening to strip clubs to whatever kind of thing. They're bouncing all over the place. They stagger, but they're not staggering because of physical strong drink. No, that's not the reason why they're staggering. Now, give me the book of Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
For behold, the darkness, sin, evil, wickedness, y'all all right? Shall cover the earth, and gross darkness have covered the people. That's what it's saying. And gross darkness, the people. Not net darkness. Gross darkness. Why do I say not net darkness, but gross darkness? Who can answer that? I saw one hand in the back. I know you brothers up here. I see one hand in the back. Give it to him. Stand up. Stand up. The one that raised his hand in the center here. You got your hand. Yes. Oh, all right. You was, yeah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
I was going to say maybe like the big problems, like the gross darkness is maybe like the major problems that we go through.
Why is it saying gross darkness as opposed to, well, I gave it to you by saying net. Well, when I say net and gross, what am I talking about? If I say net.
Well, wait, gross. Oh, I got you.
Okay.
All right. So pretty much gross is meaning like, because when you say net and gross, that's like after everything.
Right.
So gross is like after the effects and everything has occurred. That's
in terms of a paycheck. Right. Net and gross.
Things is being taken out.
Right. So what about gross?
So that's after like everything has.
No.
I mean before.
Right.
The
gross
thing,
meaning all
thing.
of it.
Yes.
Everything.
Got you.
So if your darkness is gross, that means it's complete darkness.
Exactly. That means nothing.
Nothing.
can
There's
destroy it,
there's
yeah?
no subtraction in it at all. You're getting it raw, hard darkness. You got painted glasses and you're blind. You can't see anything. And you're in a dark room. You can't see anything spiritually. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm using that to explain what it's talking about when it says gross darkness.
Yeah.
This ain't talking about physical side. It's talking about blindness in the spirit. Okay, but I use that analogy. You're all right with me. Gross darkness to people. Go ahead.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
So gross sin, that's what it's talking about. Sin, evil, wickedness is covering the people. You have a situation now where I saw a commercial for transgender. Transgender commercial. They're actually advertising it now, which is some serious sickness. Serious sickness. New York City is doing it. There's a New York City ad where they're trying to promote it into making it seem like it's normal. Huh? To bring it to New York. Y'all all right? Gross, that's just an example. Gross darkness to people. Gross darkness. So understanding the ailments of our people, understanding the sicknesses, the spiritual sicknesses that what we see. Because that's greater than the physical sicknesses. Y'all understand what I'm saying? The mental sicknesses, the spiritual sicknesses is worse than the physical sickness.
Hey, Deacon Yalsa.
Yes.
Can I touch on that gross
Yes,
darkness
yes,
a
absolutely.
little? Read that again.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
So the whole earth is in evil, is in darkness, is in wickedness. All right, read on.
And gross darkness the people.
And gross darkness the people. Who is the people there? The people there is Israel. So it says more darkness is upon our people. All right, so go to Isaiah 51 and 20. I'm going to precept it with this.
Isaiah 51 and 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets.
So thy sons have lost consciousness. They lie at the head of all the streets. Read on.
As a wild bull in a net.
In a wild bull in a net, meaning they out of control. If you watch at the news, if you watch at the news, you always hearing about some shootout or some on the corner. You understand? Young dudes on the corners acting wild, acting crazy. That's our people. You understand? The Chinese and them and how they committing all these crimes, robbing, killing, stealing, and all these things. It's our people doing all these things. That's why the scriptures say, and gross darkness the people. The people is us. All right? When you go walk the street, these our sisters you're going to see out there prostituting. Our brothers you're going to see out there selling drugs and busting their guns and so forth and killing and all of that. It's our people that's out there doing that. You understand? Esau stealing, but on another level, he going to go and steal a country and steal the oil in a country or so forth. You understand? But when the scripture said darkness shall cover the earth and gross darkness the people, it's talking about us. More darkness is upon us than the other nations. We are a wicked people, man. We need to repent. We need to go there and show our people their sins and help them heal from all the infirmities that they're dealing with mentally.
Absolutely. Y'all got that? Y'all got that? So the gross darkness is upon Israel, which takes us back to Isaiah 29. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry, for they are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not from strong drink. That's our people. The gross darkness is on them. It's on our people. You'll understand me. So when we were talking about those ailments in the beginning, those ailments mainly affect us. Y'all all right? Okay. Ezekiel chapter 3. The book of Ezekiel chapter 3. Now it's going to get into it. How do we deal with these ailments? And though you may think you know which way the class is going, not exactly. Yes.
I just want to, I don't know if this came out when I was there, but Deuteronomy 28 and 29, did we go over that as a precept for the gross darkness?
Yes, you can read that. Bring that
Just
out.
because, we got to bring it in the scriptures. If somebody says that's us and they say prove it in the scriptures, this scripture's in the curses and it tells us that that's our people.
Absolutely. Read
So,
it. Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 28 and 29, it says, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be But that's that gross darkness that's being spoken about.
Exactly, exactly. And you notice what it said? It said, and thou shalt grope at noonday. He ain't talking about everybody. Thou is talking about Israel. That's who Moses was addressing. Y'all all right? All right. Give me the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 1.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1.
Like I said before, you may think that you've been through this. I know these scriptures. Okay. Go ahead. Read.
Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest.
Eat that thou findest. Moreover, he said unto me, eat that thou findest. Come on.
Eat this roll.
Eat this roll. Eat this roll. Come on.
And go speak unto the house of Israel.
Now that's a complete comprehensive statement, which involves a lot. There's a lot going on in that verse 1. Read it again.
Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest.
Now, when it says son of man, this is the prophet Ezekiel that is literally talking about. Y'all all right? But in the sense of what this is talking about to us today, you're the Ezekiels. Huh? You're the Ezekiels. You're the ones that's going to stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. This is talking about the same thing. Y'all all right? Go ahead. Read it again.
Eat that thou findest. Eat this roll.
Eat this roll. What is the roll that is talking about? I didn't want anybody to yell out. Okay, who gave the answer? Okay, give him the microphone. Let me ask him another question. You said the Bible, yes? Huh? You said it is, well, keep your hand down. What do you say it is?
The word of God.
The word of God. Why is it using the term roll?
Because they was writing on scrolls at that
Okay,
time.
it was right. It was written on a scroll. That's why it's called a roll. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Okay. Read on.
Eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel.
So when it said eat this roll, what did that mean? What did it mean, eat this roll? Brother here, not you with the black, the one behind you with the yellow highlighter.
Shalom, leadership.
Shalom, how are you?
The role is to learn the scriptures.
Right. I mean, that's what it means. Learn the Bible. Learn the Bible. Study the Bible. Eat this roll, meaning eat it in your mind. Okay? Y'all all right? Read on.
So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll.
So he said, and I opened my mouth, meaning I opened my mind, and he caused me to eat this Bible. Y'all all right? Read verse 3.
And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I gave thee.
Here's where it's going to get nice now. He says, and he said unto me, Son of man, eat. He said, cause thy belly to eat. Cause thy belly to eat. What does that part mean when it says cause thy belly to eat? And give me, and break it down when it's using the anatomy of your belly. Understanding what it is the Bible. We've taken it in our minds. Now it's using the analogy of about belly. Cause it to go into thy belly. Okay, on this side. I know, Jonah, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna put the heaviest stuff on you, brothers. Just wait a minute. Who over here? Brother right here. Come on, stand up, stand up, stand up. I want somebody to stand up. There you go, so I can see you.
It's basically going into digesting it.
Okay.
Understanding it.
Digesting and understanding it. Yes, yes. A little more than that, but that's good. When you read the whole thing,
And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat.
Okay.
And
so you says digest it. Go ahead.
And fill thy bowels with this roll that I gave thee.
And fill thy bowels with this roll that I gave thee. What is that talking about? Leave it with the brother. He got me the belly down. Now let's fill thy bowels with what thou atest.
Is that going into your spirit, like changing, converting yourself?
Yes, yes, yes. But give me the analogy of what this is saying. Tell me about, give me the literal sense of this. Everybody else pay attention to what he's saying. I don't want to pass it around to him. I want to move on with it. So go ahead. I'm going to stay with you for a minute.
So once you digest and your bowels get filled, and that means you're about to excrete.
No. I don't want the spiritual aspect. Give me the literal meaning of when it says cause that, what it says, and fill thy bowels with this roll.
Fill that bowels.
Okay, now I'm going to give it to you. If you eat, y'all all right? Stop laughing. Keep your minds up. If you eat something that is nutritious, I'm giving it to you, but there, somebody's nodding. You eat something that is nutritious, right? When you first put it in your mouth, you chew it and you cause it to go into your belly. From your belly, then it says, fill thy bowels with this roll. The nutrients within what you ate begins to benefit the body by the nutrients going throughout the body to make the whole body whole. Y'all all right? How does that transcend into the spiritualness when we're talking about the Bible? Y'all getting there. Y'all getting there. All right, brother over here. I saw some hands in the back. Let me hold. Give us some of them hands in the back. You pick them. Just pass that microphone around. You know. Hey, listen, the brother with the mic. You know if you gave the microphone too many times to one brother, pass it around. Let me get everybody in there. All right.
Shalom.
Shalom.
To cleanse your spirit.
Say it again.
To cleanse your spirit.
To cleanse your spirit.
Yeah, from all the wickedness.
Okay. There's a lot involved in that, but that's holistic. There's a lot involved in that. All right, so I'm going to go through it now. Verse 2 says, and I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat this roll. Meaning he ate it in his mind, right? Then it says, and he says unto me, son of man, cause thy belly to eat, so it's in the stomach, and fill thy bowels with this roll. The nutrients of what he ate is actually benefiting the body. In terms of the spirit, you've ate the law. The law, you've taken the law, it begins to change you into your bowels. Now, read verse 3 again.
And he said unto me, son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I gave thee.
Go ahead.
Then did I eat it.
So I ate it. I ate the Bible.
And it was in my mouth as honey.
It was in my mouth as honey, as sweetness. When I first ate it, it was sweet. It was in my mouth as honey, as sweetness. What's going on there? Tell me about that part. I see more hands, more hands, more hands. Hit them. Quickly, quickly, quickly. I was about to say something. Quickly. Who's in the Marines? The Quigley. Captain Shem? The Quigley, right? The crawling on it. Move it. All right.
Shalom. Can you ask a question again?
That ain't no military thing there. Did you raise your hand?
Yeah, I was fumbling with my Bible. So.
Okay. All right. And I did eat, and it was in my mouth sweet. As it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
It sounds good to hear that you're an Israelite, and the Lord came for you, and you're supposed to be inhabiting the kingdom of heaven.
So that's to you, that's pleasurable.
Sweet.
You're happy about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we got that understanding. So when we first learned the Bible, how did you feel? You felt great, didn't you? I'm an Israelite. I'm going to get the kingdom. I'm not a Negro. I'm not a nigger. I'm not a spick. Blah, blah, blah. All this crap. Yeah! Y'all all right? Happiness. Revelation chapter 10. Revelation chapter 10. Now, y'all been through this before, but watch how this thing gonna turn. Revelation chapter 10.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 9.
Nope. Verse 8.
Verse 8. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth.
So what's happening here? John is receiving the exact same thing that Ezekiel saw. Y'all all right? The Apostle John, who was on the island of Patmos when Christ came to him. Everybody's with me so far, yes? Read it again.
And the voice which I had heard And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go, and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book.
Give me that roll. Ezekiel. Y'all all right? Come on.
And he said unto me, Take it.
Take it.
And eat it up.
Eat it up.
And it shall make thy belly bitter.
Hold it. Wait a minute now. Whoa, 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 whoa. It shall make thy belly bitter. It was in his mouth for sweetness. But when it got into his belly, it became bitter. What's happening there? I see more hands. Hit them. What I'm showing you here is what all of us went through as Ezekiel. As we go out to teach our people, I'm going to show you how far this goes. Come on.
What he's basically talking about is...
Speak louder. I can't hear
when
you.
you first come to the truth, like you said earlier, you love it. And
Yes.
now, trials and tribulation.
Trials and tribulations. Trials and tribulations come up. Y'all all pretty much knew that, right? So when the trials and the tribulations come up, then it is not so glorious because there are things happening. When we read back in Ezekiel, flip back to Ezekiel real quick. Where did we stop at? No. I'm talking about in Revelation.
Verse 9.
You read verse 9. Read
Not the whole verse 9.
Okay. Read the rest of verse 9.
And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
That's what we read in Ezekiel, right?
Correct.
So, like you said, when we first learned about this, we found out that we're the chosen. All this is good news. We're happy. You understand? I know some of us, the minute we found out that we're Israel, immediately we want to go to everybody's mama. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Because we're happy. I want to keep all this joy to me. Let my brothers and sisters hear it. Come. We're happy about that. But then it says, and in my belly it became bitter. And you was alluding to that thing, right? About what happens with the bitterness?
Correct. Because, for example, when I first came to the truth, I learned the truth. I cried like a baby. I was so happy.
Yes.
And I found out I'm actually important.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've always learned that I wasn't that important in the world. So when I came to the truth, and that's when all my trials are coming out.
Okay. Now, those are your personal trials that started coming out.
That's right.
This is going beyond just when it said the personal trials. Yes, that's true. But let me get a scripture that's going to help break this down. This is where it's going to turn a little bit. Give me the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 4.
Sirach chapter 4, verse 17. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways.
What is the she? Don't blurt out. Don't blurt out. What is the she? I know it tells it somewhere in this chapter. Where is it at, Deacon Ithon? Verse 11. Let's read verse 11.
Wisdom exalteth her children and layeth hold on them that seek her.
Wisdom exalteth her children, and it, meaning wisdom, layeth hold on them that seek her. Perfect scripture, perfect precept to explain what we're reading in 17. Y'all all right? Read 17 again.
For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways.
For at the first wisdom will walk walk with him by crooked ways. What is the crooked ways there?
Answer that for them. Answer it for them.
Go ahead.
That mean a lot of you all ain't right. That's what that mean. He gonna walk with you all in crooked ways. The reason why I want to say that is because a lot of brothers come in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and they think they got it. But you all ain't. That's what that's saying right there. Wisdom gonna walk with you all. You're gonna learn scriptures, learn precepts, and all of that. You understand? But you all still got crooked ways.
That's not really the problem. He's right, 100%. Read it. Let's read it again. Let's let that butter.
For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways and bring.
Hold it. Not too fast. Not too fast. Not too fast. You know the brain have lumps and crevices. You got to give the butter time to get in there. You go too fast and it'll slide off and miss whole section of the brain. No. Read it again.
For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways.
So the crooked ways are what? What are the crooked ways? Do the honors. Find them hands. Who hasn't seen too much microphone time?
Shalom. Is sin?
Okay, sin. Give me more. Tell me sin. Tell me more about the sin. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways. Let's use you as an example. For at first wisdom will walk with you by crooked ways. What are the crooked ways that the Lord will be walking with you? You don't have to be you don't have to tell me exactly, but just give me some examples of a person where the wisdom will be walking by a person in crooked ways.
As far as listening to like worldly music.
See, that's not deep enough.
It's not.
No, don't be offended. Don't be offended. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend anybody. Be men. Don't worry about that thing. Give the ball to the next one. This is I'm like that because I want to keep the tempo going.
Crooked ways, as in.
Give me something that somebody is struggling with. That's the reason why I wanted it. I wanted to give me something that somebody would be struggling with, like what Malachi said. He said a lot of us ain't right when we come in here. Y'all all right? You don't have to tell me about your particular one, but give me something that a person who's just coming in at first, where the wisdom is walking with them by crooked ways.
As you're accumulating wisdom, for example, you could still be in your lust and you're trying to work that out.
Okay, so the wisdom is walking with you by the crooked ways, meaning that you're still dealing with these kinds of sins.
Yes,
I use that as an example.
Yes.
So at first, the wisdom is there. The wisdom is walking with you while you're in your crooked ways. Listen how it's going to go. Read on.
For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways and bring fear and dread upon him.
And what brings fear and dread upon you? Microphone again. Yeah, I got you running. You got to probably get some sneakers. Who remembers the Donahue show in the way back when I had that? Donahue be running all over with the microphone and all that. Yeah, the white hair dude. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Shalom, leadership.
I just be messing with people sometimes, way back. they got, y'all know how I am, right? Go ahead, brother.
All right, shalom, leadership.
Shalom.
They fear you might end up dead if you continue in your sin.
Okay, you heard what he said? What did he say? He said the fear, it says, they said the man is not even alive anymore. It says, for at first she will walk with him by crooked ways and bring fear and dread upon him. And your answer to that is what?
Yes, you might end up dead if you continue your sin, if you refuse to change.
If you refuse to change. Okay. Huh? That was it?
Yes.
Okay, somebody else.
Shalom, Deacon. Let's say you just come into the school, you're shaloming everybody, you just sit down, and class just happens to be about you and nobody knows. It brings fear upon you because you think the whole class is about you, and if you don't change, what it can lead to.
What he said was key, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. What everybody said is correct, but I'm going to zoom in on what he said. Because the key word that you used was what? Class. 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 The scriptures say in Malachi 3:16, somebody was asking me a question earlier about lusts. That was on Periscope, right? And the point is that he was saying about fasting. What he said? He said He just said fasting, and I said you have to have prayer along with it. But then there are some other elements that also help you deal with that, because fasting and praying, but you don't have a congregation that you deal with, is that really going to help you? So the fear and dread also comes with having a congregation. That's why it's important to be in a congregation. A lot of people don't like that. I want to what it said, these are they which separate themselves because they want to get away from that. So if you're like that, that means you'll sit there in your sin. You're not really being challenged by it. You follow me? That's their purpose. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Malachi 3 and 6. Let me just jump through that real quick.
Malachi chapter 3, verse 16.
Yeah, 3 and 16.
Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another.
For they that, was that it on that?
Is
that the verse?
That's not, it's more than that.
Go ahead.
Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name.
And that thought upon his scriptures. Read the whole thing again.
Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another.
That they that feared the Lord spake often one to another. Going back to the brother here from Georgia, who was the one that started this? Who was I spoken to before you? Who was the answer to the question?
Yohanan.
Yes. Stand back up. So, you coming into this truth. And the 17th verse back here in Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, says, for at first she will walk with him by crooked ways. Okay, that's the wisdom, the laws of the Most High. And bring fear and dread upon him. The fear and the dread comes with not only, because you personally, what's going to really make you purge this spirit? Let's say you had a spirit of, who said pornography? I'll use it because that's a big one, right? No, I can't, because everybody can kind of hide that. What is this? What is a sin? Give me something, ASAP. What is this? Envy.
Smoking weed.
No. Nah. I'm trying to think of something where it would come out, something that would be seen. Okay, whoremonger. Let me use that one. Whoremonger. You have a problem with you just want to lay down with everybody. And if you, the scripture says, they that fear the Lord, read that again.
Verse 16.
Y'all all right? Y'all all right with me so far? Okay, come on.
Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another.
So if you fear the Lord and you speak often, you speak often. As you're talking with your brothers, sisters are talking with sisters. If there's a particular spirit that you're battling with because you are, what it say, wisdom is walking you by, because you're still in your crooked ways, the crooked ways still got you. But you're constantly speaking to righteous brothers and righteous sisters. What's going to happen with those crooked ways?
Well, they're going to eventually go away. You won't.
They're going to begin to straighten out. If you don't have that person to reach out to, these are they which separate themselves. If you have that kind of spirit, what kind of fear and dread is going to really come upon you? Because a lot of people, the scriptures speak about that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
What would prevent that from happening? Read that again. Read it slow so we can break it down.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
If you're sitting in your own house, y'all follow what I'm saying? And you're not communicating, therefore, because you can tell what's on a person's mind by just listening to them talk. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's like we say often, here you got a guy that's battling with certain such and such. After a while, you listen to him talk, a bone will fly out of his mouth. Boom, damn, you dealing with that? Damn, you hear what this brother just said? Ugh. Y'all follow what I'm saying, right? That's the kind of thing that. So you might not want nobody to know about that, so you stay to yourself. And as you stay to yourself, you get emboldened in your evil. You get emboldened saying nobody's going to see me. Y'all all right? You sisters all right? So read that again.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Yeah, because that judgment didn't come right away. Therefore,
the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Therefore, their mind becomes seared with a hot iron to continue to do that sin until death actually hits them. So, wisdom walking with you by crooked ways ain't going to happen if you're by yourself. This is going to take place when you have righteous brothers and sisters that you communicate every day that's going to hear your conversation and say, sister, you going off. Brother, you going off. So you're being corrected then. Y'all all right? Y'all got it? Okay. Go back to this here. Where we at? Ecclesiastes 4 and 17. Sirach 4:17.
Sirach 4:17. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways.
Go ahead.
And bring fear and dread upon him.
Go ahead.
And torment him with her discipline.
And torment him with her discipline. You know when this comes up also? In judgment. A lot of times things happen and judgment has to come out in front of everybody. You understand? If you don't have a congregation, you're not going to experience that. Y'all all right? Read that again.
And bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline.
And torment him with her discipline. The laws come out. The commandments come out. You did this, you did that. Bring the witnesses. Bring this, bring that. Now you're standing in front of everybody. You all understand? Without a congregation, a lot of this don't happen. So therefore, you're set fully in your ways. Read.
Until she may trust his soul.
So when you endure the torment, when you endure your brothers and sisters correcting you, that's when the wisdom says, okay, we can roll. We can roll. We down. Y'all all right? Go ahead.
Until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws.
And try him by her laws. Now he's a reflection of the laws himself. Now he's on one accord with the laws. This is what Ezekiel is talking about. So these periods that we read earlier is that bitterness that you're going through to get to this. Y'all all right? Who's lost so far? Everybody's with me? Okay, read.
Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him, and show him her secrets.
And show him her secrets. This is what Ezekiel was talking about when he said that now he's ready to go out and teach his people. Y'all understand? So there's a lot involved in coming into Israel. A lot of cleaning up, a lot of discipline, a lot of straightening out, torment, all that stuff has to happen before you are allowed to go deal with your people. That's why I said that first verse in Ezekiel was heavy. There's a lot in that first. All of what we just read is encompassed in verse 1 of Ezekiel chapter 3. Y'all okay? Read. Read the 20.
But if he go wrong, she will forsake him.
If you resist judgment, if you flee from chastisement, dealing with the counsel. If I'm not dealing with my brothers and sisters checking me. You run from the discipline. Then what happens?
She will forsake him.
Then you begin to sound like a fool. Y'all understand? I can't hear you. So the point is endure the chastisement, endure the discipline so that you can make sane decisions in the law. Okay? Yeah.
And give him over.
Hold on. When it says that, read that part again.
Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him, and show him her secrets. But if he go wrong, she will forsake him.
And that's what has happened. And we see that happen inside here. You understand? We got a lot of brothers, they've been here. When the chastening come,
they run.
They run. They can't take it. They gone. You understand? And what happened? The wisdom that they did had, it forsake them. We like, when I look at the brothers that left IUIC,
you don't even recognize them.
You don't recognize them. These brothers was once mighty men. These is brothers we go to war with. A lot of you all know some of them. You know, we went to war with, but these brothers was, you know, they was mighty men. And when you look back, when you look on their spirit, no, you like, damn, what happened to this brother, man? No, this brother slandering, lying. It's like wisdom just left that person. You know, so you'll examine that. You'll examine that, man. Every man that leave IUIC, you understand, is that leave in the midst. All of them leave in the midst of sin. Most brothers, they leave and say, I'm leaving, I'm going and do my own thing while we correct them. But they say they want to go do their own thing, and you could see the evil spirit on them, and the Most High does take his spirit.
That's what that verse is telling. Read verse 19 again.
But if he go wrong, she will forsake him.
Wisdom leaves. Go ahead.
And give him over to his own ruin.
And that's exactly what you will see. You will see them become nothing. You will see them become nothing. Basic scriptures. Making a complete mess out of. Basic stuff. Been in the truth, quote unquote truth, 20 years. And you just see the madness. I've seen it countless time and time again. 25, 26 years, myself and the bishop. We've seen heads, top men, go into complete madness. All right. Back to, now, go to 2 Corinthians chapter 10. Second Corinthians chapter 10. So we understand what Ezekiel was talking about, right? 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 6. Just that one verse.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 6. And having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
So you cannot talk about correcting anybody, yet you got a beam in your eye. You can't do any of that. You wicked as hell, and you talk about correcting somebody else. Read it again.
And having in readiness.
And having in a readiness. Because some of us get the Bible. We forgot about the discipline. We don't want the correction. But yet we are ready to correct someone else. Having in a readiness to do what?
To revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
That's the stipulation. Your obedience has to be first fulfilled before you can correct anybody. You running from judgment and you talking about correcting somebody. Y'all all right? 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 13 and 14.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
You heard that? This is 14 and 13. Let me get the scripture. Okay, read it again. I'm sorry.
Now therefore set thine house in order.
All of this is in step. Y'all all right? Ezekiel had to go through this. I'm reading it step by step. This is what's required. In order for us to deal with those elements that I talked about and that we discussed, y'all all right? Hello? Yes, in order for us to properly address the elements that's going on among us, stay yourselves and wonder. We see all the craziness around us. In order for us to effectively deal with them, we have to go through all of these steps here. Y'all all right? Okay. Go ahead. Read it again.
Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people.
So the first thing you have to do is set your house in order. Before you set your house in order, you have to set yourself in order first. That's the physical example that Captain Shem was talking about in what we talk about, the military training and so forth. Y'all all right? Because the example that the captain gives with the physical aspect or the physical exercise is to be transcended into how we deal spiritually with disciplining ourselves to make sure that our minds are just as at attention, just the way you would be physically at attention. We were at attention waiting to do exactly what the scriptures say as opposed to the impulse of sin. Y'all all right? Okay. Read it again.
Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people.
Then you can reprove your people. Not before then. You could reprove it after you make those corrections. Y'all okay? Go ahead.
Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
Then you can comfort your people that be in trouble. Why? Because you've already checked yourself. Yourself is in order. Your house is in order. So now you can effectively deal with the people. You okay? Go ahead.
And now renounce corruption.
And then you can renounce corruption. Then you can renounce corruption. Go.
Let go from thee mortal thoughts.
Let go of sinful thoughts. Go ahead.
Cast away the burden.
How would you let go sinful thoughts? Could you just sit in a room by yourself talking about letting something go? The demon would be right there rubbing your back. Huh? You better call a brother and sister up. You understand? Every day, like the scriptures say. Y'all okay? Read it again.
Let go from thee mortal thoughts.
Let go of sinful mortal thoughts. Go ahead.
Cast away the burdens of man.
Cast away the things that you most trouble yourselves with that prevent you from learning the discipline that this wisdom is trying to teach you. Come on.
Put off now the weak nature.
Because if you don't do that, you are weak. Talking about you're a leader. You weak as hell. You cannot stand up to the discipline that the Bible is talking about. You're not a leader. Put off now the weak nature. If you're going to properly deal with your people, you have to deal with judgment and justice. Y'all understand me? Now, Timothy's chapter 3. All of this, just keep Ezekiel in your mind about how he said that his job was to go out and teach the people. Y'all all right? I'm going to go back to that briefly, then we're going to do other things. Timothy's, 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work.
He desireth a good work. Come on.
A bishop then must be blameless.
A bishop then must be blameless. Go ahead.
The husband of one wife.
We had to make a judgment call on a situation a while back, and what we were hearing did not lead to a blameless situation. There was blame everywhere. Okay? Therefore, we had to bring forth the judgment. And we had to remove people's deaconship. We had to remove people's officership. We had to remove the ranks because they did not fit this. Y'all understand me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, read it again.
A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife.
The husband of one wife. Go ahead.
Vigilant.
I could go into that, but I'm going to leave that alone. Should I? Yeah. Huh? Go ahead, bring it out. Yeah, bring it out. Come on, bring it out. Because I'm going to go too far with it. I'm trying to be nice.
Okay.
You sitting here all quiet.
I'm quiet.
You got to help me out,
I'm
brother. Don't. I mean,
I'm
I got all the weapons, but, I'm trying to pass you some.
Read
now,
again.
let me stop.
Read again.
A bishop then must be blameless.
So the first thing a bishop must be is blameless.
Turn him up. He too low.
Well, maybe I'm speaking too low.
Okay.
The first thing a bishop must do is be blameless, right? Go ahead.
The husband of one wife.
Matter of fact, no. Read verse 2. I want you to skip the one wife part. Just skip that part.
A bishop then must be blameless.
So the key word is a bishop, which is what? The elder, right? Right? Yes, must be blameless. Go ahead.
Vigilant.
He must be vigilant, meaning he must be serious. Go ahead.
Sober.
Clear-minded.
Of good behavior.
Uh-huh.
Given to hospitality. Apt to teach.
You know, how many of y'all know what apt means? Raise your hand. Apt. Some of y'all read that, just pass by that word. What does apt mean? No, don't call out. Don't call out. It's a rhetorical question. Apt. Let's see. I know Ezekiel knows. I know you. Ezekiel always raising his hand. Oh, man. New brothers. Brothers is carnivores, man. That comes to question. Yeah.
Willing to teach.
Huh?
Willing.
Nah, I don't want that one. I want the exact definition. Not yours. A better one. Not the exact, Abby. I know what you're doing. Not that exact one. I mean from there. I mean from here. No, but no. We called it too many times. To the far left, the glasses, yes. To the far left. Yep. New faces.
Shout out to the sheep.
Sure.
The skills.
Okay. All right. You. Pass it up. That's good. Well, it's the word I'm looking for. Let me see if he gets it. Yeah.
Able or equipped.
Thank you. That's better. Able. That means your mind is right. Like an aptitude or aptitude
That's
test.
where the word comes from.
Ever heard that before? Aptitude test. That means that your mind is right. You're not stupid. You're not simple. Right. I'll say simple. I'm not gonna say stupid.
Well, the word apt
some
comes
people
from
find it
apt
offensive.
means competent.
Right. You're right. Your mind is clear. You're intelligent, intellectual, able to teach the people. Go ahead.
Apt to teach, not given to wine,
Not a drunkard.
nor striker,
Violent.
not greedy of filthy lucre,
Go ahead.
but patient, not a brawler,
Violent again.
not covetous,
Lustful.
one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
So now, does that apply to those who desire to be a bishop, or does that apply to everyone? In terms of men, the males, men, women too, or men. Everyone. Okay, so read verse 2 again.
A bishop then must be blameless,
Now I want you to read the whole thing.
the husband of one wife.
Okay, so does that apply to the bishop or everyone? See how easy that is? Now, when it says one wife, does one wife there mean one truth or one church? Does anyone get that out of that verse? Does that make any type of sense? Oh, okay, good. Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
So the one wife literally means one wife because everything else is literal. The not being a drunkard, not being a striker, those are all literal. So to take one word out of the verse to make it mean something else is insanity. So one wife means literally one wife, and that applies to everyone. And when it says, real quick, jump up to verse 1. I went over this before. We're just going to skim it.
Verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work.
Now, is the office of a bishop an option? What I mean is, can you say, yeah, one wife? Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that because that's gonna give me one wife. Is that the desire there? Is that your choice? No. Has anyone in the Bible who was given that position have a choice in the matter? No. Was Moses a bishop? Was Elijah a bishop? Was Joshua a bishop? Was Judas Maccabees a bishop? Did any of them have an option? Was David a bishop? Did he have an option? Was Saul a bishop? Did he have an option? Was Christ a bishop? Did he have an option? So there's no damn option. The desire goes based upon your actions, based upon your works. The Lord desires you to have that position. That's what desire is going into. Not an option as in I don't really want that. No, because you want multiple vaginas. No. That goes into the Lord. You, based upon your actions, your aptitude, you are given that position based on your works. Everyone follows what I'm saying? So I hope no one in here is new thinks in their mind somewhere on the lines they're going to try to slide off in here with 2 or 3 women at the same time. Because some brothers in here think that. They tried it. No, they're not here. As you can see, they're not here. So don't do it. Because the Bible makes it clear one wife literally means, like not being a brawler means don't be a brawler, literally. Being a striker literally means being a striker. So one wife literally means one wife. There's no gray area. There's no in between. It's what it is. It's what it means. Y'all follow? All right, here you go.
All right, all praises. So I'm going to read verse 6 because Deacon Athan did a wonderful job with the rest of this. Read verse 6.
Verse 6.
So basically what the things that we covered, there's a whole lot in there. The wife thing, filthy lucre, not being a striker, a brawler, be patient, not covetous, All of these things will disbar you from being a deacon, a bishop, anything in charge. You follow me? We've had to make judgments based on what we read here. So you can understand. Okay? Read verse 6.
Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation.
Hold it. I'm sorry, read it again.
Yes.
My counselors were, go ahead.
Not a novice, lest being
a deacon, bishop, any man in leadership cannot be a novice. Go ahead.
Lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil.
You have pride to the point where you don't think that the judgments and the law of the Most High pertains to you. You read the scriptures like rebuke not an elder, and you wicked as hell. You understand? Misunderstanding that, because the scriptures don't say it like that.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.